From Independence, Kentucky, it's Sports Without Boundaries with Eric Deters and his sidekick Nick Batista.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation. Well, Cunningham's still taking care of his baby, I guess. And Nick Batista went up there to see that Browns game, and he's already gloating about it. Now, we don't care. By the way, Nick, because of football season, we're moving our time back to Monday morning first thing so we can cover all the football games. So we'll see if Nick can handle that again. Probably not. Well, top story, Joe Burrow signed a $275 million 5-year extension. They got him for 7 years now, locking him up. That'll be the prime of his career, obviously. And we'll see what happens after that. He wanted a 10-year deal, but they gave him a 5-year deal, $275 million. It makes him temporarily the highest paid player in the NFL. A couple funny things about this is his fiance just posted 2 clapping hands, and his mom and dad wanted to come see him after it, and he said no because he was getting ready for the football game. And he said he only celebrated for like 5 minutes on to football. You know, Joe Burrow's life now, purpose, is winning Super Bowls. He's now financially set for the rest of his life, so he can focus on that. He doesn't have to worry about money anymore. After taxes, over $25 million a year for 5 years. All right, the Cincinnati Bengals laid an egg today in Cleveland. They got beat 24-3. It was tough to watch. But remember last year, they lost to Pittsburgh at home, then lost to Dallas, started out 2-0, then won the next 2. I predict that the Bengals will come back strong next week against the Ravens at home, their home opener. By the way, Dobbins, the Ohio State running back, now playing for the Ravens, blew out his Achilles heel, done for the season. So the running game of the Ravens isn't going to be what it was expected to be. But the game, today's game, when you couple with the fact that Burrow hasn't played, hasn't practiced much, rainy, Cleveland, opener on the road, it was just one of those funky days. But the big take that I'm just blown away by it. The offensive line, supposed to be better. It was awful. It was awful. And by the way, Jonah Williams, I don't get why they keep that guy. I just think he's awful. But we'll see what happens next week. The Cincinnati Reds won today, thank goodness, 7-1 against the St. Louis Cardinals. They blew it this weekend, though. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Cardinals, and we can't be doing that. We're now 2.5 games out of the last wild card position behind the Arizona Diamondbacks in Miami. So it's going to be a tough. We just need to get winning and keep winning. All right, the NFL today. We're going to cover the scores. Here they go. Cowboys and Giants are playing tonight, so we don't have that score. The Commanders beat the Cardinals 20-16. The 49ers and Brock Purdy blasted the Steelers 30-7. The Jaguars beat the Colts 31-21. Richardson, the quarterback, hurt at the end of the game for the Colts. The Falcons 24-10. Bryce Young had a rough day. The Saints beat the Titans 16-15. The Buccaneers. You know who the Buccaneers quarterback is? That's right, baby. He wins it with the Vikings 20-17. He's going to make Tampa Bay forget about the old GOAT. We'll see. The Ravens beat the Texans 25-9. C.J. Stroud, how you like that? Seahawks are losing to the Rams right now, 17-13. Packers 24-14. Eagles are beating the Patriots 19-14. Zeke's having a decent game. Dolphins are beating the Chargers 27-24 right now. And the Broncos are beating the Raiders 13-10. All right, some more NFL news. The Chiefs upset the Lions at Kansas City. However, Kelsey wasn't there. Jones, the defensive lineman, wasn't there. We'll see what happens going forward. Nick Bosa signed a massive contract with the San Francisco 49ers, played today, and they kicked butt. In college football, UC Bearcats beat Pitt. Congratulations, Bearcats, starting out 2-0. The Ohio State Buckeyes killed Youngstown. Why did they even play Youngstown? The University of Kentucky barely beats Eastern Kentucky. Little embarrassing right there. University of Louisville beat Murray 66-0. Notre Dame on a roll. Notre Dame beats North Carolina State. Bama, my Bama, lost to Texas, Josh. Texas is now number 3, and Bama's number 10. However, if you're going to lose early. Furthermore, even if Bama won that game last night, their way to the Final Four playoffs is to win the SEC. So they just got to win the SEC West and then beat Georgia in the East. Colorado, I was talking to a football buddy of mine, Josh. I don't know about you. I watched the entire Colorado game because of Deion and Shedeur Sanders and all of them. And what a game and what a player, man. Shedeur, probably the Heisman Trophy frontrunner right now. They kicked butt. Dabo Swinney, he's in trouble. After that loss, you know what? The previous quarterback, father, that had some struggles at Clemson was making fun of him. Dabo. And late news, it just came in before we did the show. The Michigan State football coach has been canned and interim named. You know what this guy allegedly did? How is this? Apparently masturbated while talking to that lady right there on the phone without her permission. Well, why don't you just hang up? I mean, I don't get this.
How does she know? Tell her?
He must have told her.
What the?
I don't know. But now you can't do that without a permission. No. It was over the phone. Deion Sanders has been praised by everybody except Jason Whitlock, the black conservative sports commentator who says Deion's a little bit too full of himself, claiming to be, he's godly. It's him, and not God. By the way, Deion Sanders doesn't have captains on his team. They're dogs. Yeah. He calls them dogs. Yeah. All right, Bill Belichick broke up with his long-standing girlfriend. Her name is Holland. How does Bill? I know how Bill was because he's rich. How does Bill do better than that? All right. Jose Altuve has done something that I think has never been done or has been in a long time. He hit 3 home runs in 3 straight innings. What was the score of that game?
I can't remember.
All right, Pat Riley. You're going to love this. Pat Riley, when he coached the Knicks, he made the Knicks in the playoffs when they were playing the Bulls, made them watch before Game 6 Jordan Duncan on Patrick Ewing over and over again for like 10 minutes. They came out, won Game 6, but then they lost Game 7. All right, Trump or death, the banner hanging from the New York Yankees Stadium. Apparently they let it up. We'll see. Michael Irvin, who, by the way, is back on the NFL Network. I love this. Michael Irvin predicts Dallas and the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Yep. I do that every year, just so you know. Tom Brady has made a deal. He's going to be an advisor for Delta Airlines. I guess a guy like him has traveled enough. Maybe he knows something about airlines. Kentucky sports betting started this week. Have you placed any bets, Josh?
No, I have not.
Me neither, nor do I plan to.
I should have.
Yeah. LeBron James says that once upon a time that he'd play for the Saudis for $1 billion. Well, he took a trip over there. Wouldn't that be wild if LeBron James leaves the Lakers and plays for $1 billion a year? Jason and Kylie Kels. This is a Philadelphia Eagles offensive lineman, Jason Kels' brother. And I'm doing a story about this for Sports Without Boundaries because I just thought it was funny. Here he is, an all-pro offensive lineman. That's his pretty wife there on the left. You know how they met Josh Wentz? On Tinder.
Yeah.
So you both know, you both been out there shopping on Tinder. I'd be like, I don't want to be with you.
Swiping left and right.
You slut. Jeez, open. By the way, I'm saying that to both of them, not just a woman, okay? They're both out there on Tinder. All right, Joe Jonas. Remember, Sports Without Boundaries. Broke up, divorcing Sophie Turner after 3 years. Apparently, he busted her on the Ring camera in his house. Be careful out there, fellas. What you say on the Ring camera. Michael Schumacher, this was a great Formula One race car driver that had a terrible ski accident years back. And somebody's now came forward. They keep hoping maybe he can recover. But apparently he's not going to recover, and he's in bad shape. By the way, Josh, I'm glad I don't golf because it takes too much damn time. I'm glad I don't fish. It takes too much time. And I'm glad I don't snow ski. Everybody gets hurt.
Everyone dies.
And die. I mean, I can't believe the terrible ski accidents that people still ski. Yeah. Team USA's embarrassed themselves. They lost to Germany. Then in the bronze game, they lost to Canada. We finished 4th. Terrible, terrible. John Calipari was selected the 4th best coach in the SEC. By the way, I think he might be the last place coach as far as coaching, but he's the #1 recruiter. Clemson cheerleader Anna Brady, even though Clemson lost their first game, this is what I was talking about, people. Yeah. If only you were beautiful. Uh-huh. She's got caught on fire. She's a national celebrity now as a cheerleader. All right, Pat Riley, when he signed his deal with the Knicks, and if you haven't been watching, you got to watch the Lakers HBO special. It is incredible. But they portray Pat Riley a lot. But apparently when he signed his deal with the Knicks, they gave in to all of his weird demands except they weren't going to pay for his own damn dry cleaning.
Good for them.
The Rolling Stones are back to making music. They're going to release a new album. Do you believe that? They've been in the business 60 years. There you come. Chris Mortensen is resigning from ESPN. My guess is they gave him the courtesy of a resignation instead of a firing based upon all of his years. I've already mentioned this. Michael Irvin back today with the NFL Network. He settled with Marriott. He got a raw deal. I'm glad Michael Irvin's back. He's entertaining. U.S. Open is won by Coco Gauff. She's only 19 years old. How do you like that? Now, we're going to give you an update because right now it is 6:54. We're recording this. Let's see what's going on with men's tennis. All right, Djokovic has won the first 2 sets, 6-3, 7-6.
Against Medvedev.
Against Medvedev. I hope he wins in 3. Right. Medvedev upset Alcaraz, so, I think it's going to be a little easier for the Djokovic man. All right, Brady. How cool is this? Brady hangs out with Djokovic's wife at the U.S. Open. He did at Wimbledon, and Djokovic appreciates it. One goat having the other goat escort his lovely wife. Right. Would you trust Tom Brady escorting your wife?
Probably.
I would too.
Probably.
I would too. Would you Antonio Brown?
No.
No. All right. Some high school football we want to report. Remember, I'm from Simon Kenton area, so I want to report this. Beechwood and Simon Kenton had a game 58-48. They broke the scoreboard. Covington Catholic beat Dixie in the closing minute. That was a big perfume belt game. And Highlands beat Ryle. Things are back to normal. Highlands is kicking ass again. And then in Ohio, Elder almost beat St. Edward, but St. Edward beat Elder in a big game up there. I think St. Edward's ranked top.
Yeah, they're first.
First in the state. Yeah. All right, recently, I don't know what state this is from. Did you read it?
I didn't see what.
I assume it's from Kentucky, but I don't know. A woman, after being married to her husband 3 years, found out that he's actually her cousin.
What do you do with that?
I don't know. I hope it ain't a first cousin.
Yeah.
Because that's problems.
That's a problem.
All right. You're going to have children with arms and legs coming out of the wrong spot.
That's not good.
All right. Dak Prescott got a tattoo under anesthesia for 11 hours without telling his team. They're pretty upset about it. They made the wide receiver, the new wide receiver, Cooks, that flies his airplane. He's not allowed to fly teammates in the plane anymore. Right. But old Dak Prescott, 11-hour tattoo.
There's a Daffy Duck.
Oh, why? Ipsiak, I think I pronounced that right, is denied admission to University of Kentucky. So now I gotta ask UK this question. Calipari's like, what? Doesn't Calipari have enough sway to say, admit the guy?
Right.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
All right, Jerry Jones, embarrassing. He won in the local court, but the Texas Supreme Court says this woman that he allegedly sexually assaulted, he's going to have to go to trial. You know what that means? Big paycheck, avoid the trial. Yep. Strickland and UFC defeated Israel Adesanya for the middleweight championship in UFC last night. Last but not least, I want to talk about sports commentary. Howard Cosell, the greatest sports commentator of all time right there. He was entertaining. You turned on Monday Night Football to see what Howard Cosell might say. But I want to tell you something. I've been watching these games, college games, pro games, and this applies to every sport. But it extra applies to the sports commentators. You know what I'm talking about. My God, they say the obvious. They use every cliche. They use the player's first name like their personal buddies. Way to go, Adam. Way to go, John. That was a great man. And then this is what they act. They act like they know what happened. Like, after the play's over, they go, oh, this was a great design play, blah, blah, blah. Like they know that that's what happened. And here's the other thing. How much they get paid. I can't believe it. ESPN is paying that one young gal $1.7 million. And I'm telling you right now, me and Nick could do better than that. And they wanted to pay us $1.7 million. Right. Sports commentators are the most overpaid, overrated people in sports. Chris Collinsworth, Channel 5, what's he doing now? Monday Night Football, or is it?
Yes.
Or Sunday night?
Sunday night.
I'll tell you. Do you cannot stand listening to Chris Collinsworth's voice and how he talks about everything? I tell you right now, they could put two regular football dudes in the booth. For example, this would be fun. How cool would this be? If Monday Night Football had any kahoonies, do a contest and have the top sports guy from each team that's playing each other to be in the booth to call the game. One does play-by-play, one does color, and you switch it at half.
Right.
Tell me that wouldn't be entertaining.
That would be cool.
What two average dudes say about their game?
Right.
All right. This has been Eric Deters himself with Sports Without Boundaries. Next week, we're going to do it early so we can cover all the football games.